Internet trolls are individuals who deliberately provoke others online by posting inflammatory, offensive, or misleading comments. Their primary goal is to create conflict, upset others, or disrupt conversations. These people that we call trolls literally thrive on attention. But why do they crave attention so much? I imagine it's because they don't get any. These attention seekers' intention are to elicit emotional reactions from their targets. But why do they do it? Well, in this video, we're going to find out.
Analyzing the news.
Online trolls operate in various online spaces, including social media, forums, gaming communities, and comment on sections where people post. Some trolls engage in mild teasing, while others resort to severe harassment, including threats, doxing, and cyberbullying. Regardless of their level of trolling, their intent is the same, which is to disturb and provoke. Many psychologists have studied the behavioral of these trolls and the behavioral patterns, and research suggests that they exhibit certain personality traits that make them more likely to engage in online harassment. These traits include narcissism and sadism. Ooh, that's a bit deep, isn't it? Trolls often lack empathy and enjoy seeing others suffer, and it entertaining inserting chaos and manipulating people's emotions. It's horrible, isn't it? Because the internet provides a layer of anonymity, trolls feel reassured to act in ways that they wouldn't do face to face. They couldn't do it if it was a face to face interaction. They wouldn't dare. Now, one of the main reasons trolling is so prevalent online is the anonymity provided by the internet. When people believe their actions have no real world consequences, they may feel freer or brave enough in ways which would normally be unacceptable when you were facing someone. You wouldn't just go up to someone and insult them, would you? Because you're going to pay the price if you did. So anonymity also removes social accountability. In real world settings, people are held responsible for their words and actions through social norms and consequences. Online, however, trolls can hide behind fake usernames and multiple accounts, making it difficult to identify them or hold them accountable. That's why they do it. They're hiding. Now, many trolls feel a sense of power when they provoke these reactions by controlling the emotions of others. They feel superior and gain a sense of dominance. This need for control can stem from their own personal insecurities or past experiences of being powerless in their own lives. It's sad, really, isn't it? For example, for some trolls, online harassment is a way to exert power they lack in their real world. It's like a fantasy that they come up with. They may be individuals who struggle with personal relationships, have low self-esteem, or feel socially isolated by attacking others. They temporarily boost their own feelings of importance. They do it because it makes them feel good. Well, they should focus their attention somewhere else, but they're not aware of it. They don't know. Maybe because they're not emotionally, mentally developed. That makes sense, doesn't it? Because if they were, they wouldn't do what they're doing. It's like that game, remember, knock and run. You knock on someone's door, and then when they come out, you run off. You wouldn't knock at an empty person's house, would you? There's no point to it. You do it because you want the attention. But you do that when you're kids. But these online trolls, they do it when they're adults. That's weird. These individuals crave attention, whether they are being praised, argued with, or even blocked. Any kind of response fuels their behavior. The more attention they receive, the more they are encouraged to continue with their trolling tactics. This is why engaging with trolls often makes them worse. Even negative attention is still attention, which is exactly what they're looking for. Let's look at their behavior a little closer. So, attention-seeking behavior is a complex psychological trait that stems from various factors, including their upbringing, personality, and social influences. People who frequently seek attention may do so consciously or unconsciously, and their need for validation often impacts their relationships and social interactions. Many attention-seeking tendencies begin in childhood. We talked about that before because it has to come from somewhere. If a child grows up in an environment where the attention is scarce or inconsistent, they may lean towards that dramatic behaviour. The only way they can gain recognition, they're sort of drowning in their own misery. It's really sad. For example, children who receive little praise for positive actions but gain attention when they misbehave may develop attention-seeking habits. This is just basically a survival strategy, so you can kind of understand why they do it. Doesn't mean it's right. I'm just trying to understand why. On the other hand, children who are excessively pampered, overly praised by their grown-ups, their parents, because when they grow up, they're expecting constant validation, and when they don't get it, they may engage in behaviours that ensure they remain the centre of attention, because it can work two ways, can't it? And people with low self-esteem often seek attention as a way to feel valued and important. When someone struggles with self-worth, external validation becomes crucial for their emotional stability. They may constantly look for reassurance. That's a better word. They want feedback because this complements or sympathizes with their needs, and they want sympathy from others to reinforce their sense of worth. In other words, they don't feel worthy of anything, so by trolling someone and someone gives them a response, they get in the attention. Even if it's negative, it's still attention. That's all they want. Since their self-esteem is so dependent on others and the opinions, it may exaggerate their achievements. They could fabricate stories or even create problems to gain sympathy and recognition. We see that all the time. That's why people don't like people like that, because it doesn't fit in. As social creatures, we have respect for one another, and if someone doesn't respect you, you don't like them, do you? Get away from me. That's why people don't like them. Makes sense. Some attention seekers act out due to deep-seated insecurities and fear of being ignored. They may have experienced abandonment, neglect, or rejection in their past, making them desperate for acknowledgement. And to avoid feeling invisible, they may adopt dramatic, exaggerated, or even manipulative behaviors to keep people engaging with them. It's all to do with attention. They just want your attention. Why? Because when they were a child, they didn't get it. It's as simple as that. Or on the other hand, they were spoiled so much that now they expect everybody else to treat them the same way. They may feel the fear of neglect. This can be especially strong in a relationship. A person may constantly test their partner's loyalty by creating situations that demand attention, such as the fatiguing or faking an illness or playing the victim. It all works hand in hand. And the rise of social media has kind of amplified this seeking behavior. And platforms like Instagram, TikTok and Facebook, they all provide instant gratification through likes and comments and shares, and this creates a cycle where people are constantly seeking approval and validation from an online audience. That's why a lot of young people, they're constantly checking the phone to see if someone's got back to them. We need that reassurance. So people who base their self-worth on their online presence may feel pressured to post frequently, exaggerate in their experiences, or even stage dramatic events to maintain engagement. This need for validation can lead to unhealthy dependencies on social media and feedback. It's like me, I do this YouTube video. Am I doing it because I seek attention or I want you to love me? Not really. So, well, why am I doing it? Did my mum not give me attention? Yes, she did. She gave me enough. The reason I do it is because I want to know things like this. I want to know why people do what they do. So I go out and I study it, and I've got a good sense of understanding of how psychology works, and I'm sharing it with you in a very simplistic way, which is easy to understand, because the alternative is go and look it up and research it yourself. And that takes too long, doesn't it? So there you go. That's the reason why I do this. Now back to the trolls. In more extreme cases, attention-seeking behaviour can be linked to personality disorder, such as something called histrionic personality disorder, HPD, or narcissistic personality disorder, which is NPD. You have to abbreviate it because the words are too big. Now, individuals with HPD tend to have an overlaying emotional or dramatic sense about them, which is constantly craving validation, though those who have NPD, they seek admiration and attention as a way to reinforce their perceived superiority, because they think they are gods, and if you don't tell them that they're gods, they can't deal with it. They need you to tell them. It's mad, isn't it? You see a lot of people like that, especially celebrities. When people lack deep, meaningful connections in their lives, they may resort to attention-seeking behaviours as well to fill this emotional void. If they feel unseen or unheard in their personal relationships, they might try to attack attention in more superficial ways. And we know what the best way to do that is online. This can manifest through exaggerated self-promotion, constant bragging, or even self-destruction behaviours meant to provoke concerns from others. Look at me. If you don't look at me, I'll make you look at me. That's sort of what's going on. You see, they are seeking attention as by means of controlling their environment. By demanding focus, they manipulate situations to their advantages. They want everything to go their way. They're trying to control people, environment, surroundings, everything. Everything needs to be controlled by them. They may create unnecessary drama. We hear that, drama queen. They may exaggerate personal struggles or position themselves as a victim to gain sympathy and influence over others. This can be particularly common in the workplace settings, where some individuals seek attention from superiors to gain recognition, promotions, or personal treatment. Some people call them arse lickers. For some attention-seeking behaviour, this is a way to cope with emotional pain. When people feel lonely, depressed, or anxious, they may act out in a way that forces others to acknowledge their struggles. Even negative attention may feel better than being ignored. For instance, someone dealing with unsolved or unresolved trauma, they may engage in self-harming behaviours or public emotional outbursts to elicit concern and support from others. Remember, it's all attention. So with online trolls, attention-seeking behaviour can stem from various causes, including childhood experiences, self-esteem issues, insecurity, social media influences, and even personality disorders. While some attention-seeking behaviours are harmless, others can be disruptive and manipulative. But in the real world, we wouldn't associate with people like that. We wouldn't talk to them. We wouldn't be friends with them. We wouldn't go away. But when you're online, they can engage with you, and that's fine. People can engage, but be nice, be respectful. You might make a friend. Since trolls kind of thrive on this negative interaction, the best way to protect yourself is by minimizing their impact on your mental and emotional well-being. And here are some strategies to help you cope with online trolling. Number 1. Don't feed the trolls. One of the most important rules of dealing with trolls is to avoid engaging with them. Responding to their comments or arguing with them only fuels their behaviour. If they don't get the reaction they seek, then very unlikely to carry on because they will lose interest and move on because they're not getting what they want, which is what? Attention. Number 2, block and report. Most social media platforms and online forums provide options to block and report abusive users. Use these tools to remove trolls from your space. Blocking prevents them from interacting with you, while reporting ensures that the platform moderators are aware of their behavior. Then there is number 3. Strengthen your online boundaries and be mindful of personal information you share online, because trolls can use details about your life to personalize their attacks. So consider adjusting your privacy settings to limit who can see your posts and who you engage with online. Number 4. Focus on positive interactions instead of dwelling in on negative comments. Direct your attention to positive interactions with your supportive friends and community. And this could be your subscribers as well, because some people watch this and they're nice people. There's nice people in the world. Hello, I can see you. By surrounding yourself with positive influences, this can help counteract any emotional troll or negative encounters that you may have. Here's the next one. Number 5. You must develop a thick skin. While it's easier said than done, developing resilience against negativity or negative language or negative comments and all these horrible negative things, this can help you withstand these trollings. Remind yourself that trolls don't define you and their words have no power, but if you let them, then it does. Number 6 is take breaks from social media. We should do that, but it's kind of hard when we're kind of addictive at the same time. But if you did, do this. Constant exposure to online negativity can take a toll on your mental health. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, take a break from social media by stepping away for a while. This allows you to reset and regain perspective. Then there's number 7. If trolling becomes overwhelming, talk to your friends, family, or maybe a therapist about your experiences. Having a support system helps validate your feelings and provides like a guidance on how to handle negativity in a healthier way. Because you can turn it around. You can get negative stuff and just like flip it upside down. It's all perception, isn't it, really? Number 8 is engage in self-care. What I mean by that is if you're engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, this can help counteract the stress caused by the online negativity, whether it's exercise, meditation, reading, or maybe spending time with loved ones. By prioritizing self-care, this is essential for your mental well-being. So it's something that we should pay attention to. Number 9, use humor to diffuse the situation. What's the saying? Smile and the world will smile with you, but if you cry, you'll cry alone. It's true that. So use humor to diffuse the situation. Some people find that responding to trolls with humor takes away their power, which it kind of does. Instead of getting upset, making light of this situation can rob the trolls of their satisfaction. However, this approach doesn't always work for everyone, and it's important to gauge the situation before attempting it. And then finally, there's number 10. Remember, it's not about you. Trolls often attack others not because of anything personal, because they don't personally know you, but because they enjoy causing distress. Their actions are more about their own insecurities than about you. So by reminding yourself of this can help you detach emotionally from their words. You see, the internet trolls exist in almost every corner of the web, but understanding their psychology can help you navigate through their negativity without letting it affect you, and it will help you and protect you and your own well-being. By setting strong boundaries and refusing to engage and prioritizing your mental health, you can minimize their impact and maintain a positive online experience. Remember, trolls seek to provoke emotional reactions. Don't give them what they want. Don't give them that satisfaction. Instead, focus on protecting your peace and surroundings. Surround yourself with positive people. Why would you do anything else? It wouldn't make sense. Now, I imagine, because of the title of this video, there may be people on here who are trolls. I don't like saying trolls, because trolls are not a nice word. You're not a troll. You're a human being. So I'm talking to the human being. If you do that and you like to cause stress to other people and you're doing it, we know why that is, but it's okay, because it's not personal. You're not doing it personally. You're doing it because there's something inside you, a need that's not been met. You're trying to hurt people because you're hurting. And once we kind of understand that, then we have empathy for them, or the people who suffer with this. And if it's something you're suffering with, there is a way out. We can change it. We can fix it. You've just got to go to the right places. And if that's something that you struggle with, we're all human. We don't all mean to be nasty. We don't want to be like that, do we? We want our needs to be met. So I'm aware of that. So if somebody insults me or says something horrible, I'm not offended by it. It's just words. I have more of an empathetic approach to people like that, because I'm like, who hurt you? And when we all look at each other like that with empathy and understanding, it kind of makes everything all right, and we can kind of make sense of the world, because the world is difficult and we all get stressed and we all have needs and things in our lives, but we have to work together. There's plenty of help and support out there. But if you're on the other hand and you're being affected by all these negative comments and taking it personally, which most people do, a lot of people commit suicide over trolls, it happens, then we have to understand why trolling or attention seeking, because that's what it is. Why do people do it? What do they really want? And the answer is they want to be seen, but they don't know how to do it in a certain type of way, because they've got such low self-esteem. They hide, because if they were confident, they'd come out and say, hey. So we need to help these people and help each other. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something new. I know I did. It's reflection, isn't it? But until next time, thanks for all your positive comments, and the trolls, thanks for your positive comments. I do appreciate it, and feedback and all your little likes and all that. But until next time, always remember, everything is gonna be alright.